We got to talk about something nobody else saw coming. That's the idea that AJ Lee, the real life wife of CM Punk, is allegedly coming back to WWE. She last wrestled with the company on the Monday after WrestleMania in 2015. So it's been more than 10 years since she's been in the WWE ring. But according to Sports Illustrated and Brian Alvarez and Sean Ross Sapp, it looks like we're headed towards a mixed tag type situation. We saw at the Clash in Paris, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins reunited on camera. They haven't been seen together since they were both baby faces. Now they're both heels. And Punk is teasing on Instagram, okay, you asked for it. And man, people are running fired up that AJ Lee is coming back. We've never spent any time talking about AJ Lee here on the program. Were you a fan of her work, and are you excited to see her return?
Yeah, I was a fan of her work. I thought she did a great job. She's always in good shape. She learned well. So it's a new star. That's not a new star, but a star that certainly has built up a anticipation for her return. And she's got that brain of CM Punk, access to that, which is a good thing. But she's any star that's got name identity, and she has name identity, and who she's married to didn't hurt nothing, hasn't hurt anything. So, but she's a unique character, unique facial expressions, unique body English. She's athletic. I'm a little bit surprised that she's jumping back in the game, but not totally. I'm not shocked. It makes sense to me. So I wish her well. Good girl, pleasant, and I'm all pulling for her. I hope she does a great job. It never hurts for the business to get somebody back that has been a star, and now is we'll see where it takes us. I'm pulling for her. Anything new and significant is a good thing for pro wrestling.
Yeah, she was certainly a trailblazer in that quote unquote divas division. It's unfortunate that she missed so much of this women's revolution and evolution, I guess, within the confines of WWE. So I think fans are excited that she'll be back. You may remember that she did have some neck issues, and just 3 years ago, she did an interview with AEW's Renee Paquette, where she mentioned that while she managed to avoid chronic pain by retiring when she did, her decision to rehab the neck injury without surgery left her routinely losing feeling in her hands. So we hope that she is able to make some sort of a full recovery and manage all of this and can make a return safely. I know a lot of people are really excited. I even got a text from my daughter over the weekend who said, "Is AJ Lee coming back? Does this mean AJ's coming back?" She's fired up. So fans are fired up, and so is the WWE Shop Twitter. I don't even know if this is intentional, accidental, AI. But someone asked the WWE Shop account on Twitter when they could get some new AJ Lee merch. There's lots of rumor and innuendo that AJ is going to appear this Friday at the SmackDown in Chicago, and a lot of people assume that she's going to be a part of a mixed tag match at WrestlePalooza that we sort of laid out. So the tweet says, "Where's the AJ Lee merch? What am I meant to wear on Friday when I watch SmackDown? Normal clothes?" And WWE Shop says, "Hey there, of course we wouldn't expect that. With AJ Lee's return to the ring, we're looking to have some fire gear, hopefully in time for WrestlePalooza. Be sure you're signed up for emails and get the latest updates on new live inventory. Happy shopping." This feels like AI, of course. This is an automated function that WWE is employing. I guess, I just assume. But boy, the internet is running with it like, hey, this is a potential spoiler. I never imagined that we might be blaming AI for spoilers. What do you make of this, Jim?
She's coming back.
I
She's
love you
on,
for that.
she's on her way back to the house,
Yes.
and it's going to work out because she's got name identity. She's got a great rub person, shall we say? Not It's not phrased very well, but she's on her way back. They're not going to go that far and add that kind of information without the fact that she's returning. and she was always a real good athlete, but she's smart. Good crowd psychology, and I think she's coming back at a good time. They need a fresh face. They, meaning WWE, needs a fresh face, especially in the women's division, and she could work. So I'm proud that she's coming back, if that's what she wants to do. I hope she's not jeopardizing her health, which I
Sure.
assume she's not. So we'll see how that pans out. But good for her. People need to live their dreams, and I know one of her dreams is to be a big star in WWE, and so now she's got a second chance to make that happen.
Well, we're excited to see what happens or doesn't happen this Friday, but I think it's interesting that AI may have accidentally issued a spoiler. That's probably the first time AI has done something like that in the confines of wrestling. But I wanted to ask you, do you remember another incident where someone inside the tent accidentally spoiled something kind of big? For instance, I know that the internet, at least once a year, has fun posting clips of you when you were at the height of your frustration, hosting that Saturday morning live call in, fax in, email show known as Livewire. And perhaps most infamously from your time there was an episode of Livewire where Vince Russo, who was doing a Vic Venom character, basically guaranteed that Bret Hart was winning the 1997 Royal Rumble. Now, of course, Russo has always sworn he had no idea that was the actual plan. But from what I understand, Vince was pretty pissed off about this. Do you remember that conversation?
I always try to stay away from that shit. I didn't know, didn't want to know, didn't need to know. And Russo got in a little too deep on that scenario. Who won the Royal Rumble? Did his prophecy come to life?
If you'll recall, that's the one where Steve Austin wound up screwing Bret Hart. He was eliminated and then snuck back in, and they did a Final Four in your house the next month in Chattanooga that was supposed to determine who the number one contender was. But darn it, Shawn Michaels lost his smile a few days before. So whoever won that Final Four was going to become the new world champion.
Yeah. Well, I'd forgotten. It's been too long.
Yeah.
I remember the controversy in general around that scenario. But Vic was looking for headlines. Russo was looking for, to make himself more infamous. And he succeeded in a large part.
Do you recall, is this what led to Russo sitting in on meetings with Vince? Because it does feel like he went from working with the magazines to being on Livewire to, before you know it, he's sitting in on booking meetings, and then he's got a larger and larger voice. Is that the way you remember that progression going?
Sure. Yeah, pretty much. He was a very ambitious guy. He knew what he wanted to do. He worked enough on the inside to know what he could do and what he couldn't do, and where there was deficiencies that he could contribute to. And Russo is very polarizing, he was ambitious, and so what the hell, more power to him. All he wanted to do was make more money and solidify his position within the company. And to do that within WWE, you got to have some sort of relationship in a positive way with McMahon.
SaveWithConrad.com.
My name's Rajiv. I'm in Sacramento, California. I came to Save with Conrad because I've heard Conrad talk about how he helps people all the time save money and the best route to go for getting some mortgages and finances done. And having heard so many different testimonials in the past, it made the most sense to go this route. We were in the market for a new house and we wanted to know what we could afford. So we spoke with Steve and then Diane to get through the pre-approval process to see what we could afford. And then once we were able to understand that aspect of it, that was when we were able to shop around for a house to get a mortgage through Save with Conrad. Everybody on the team was great. Everybody really explained everything fully to where it was more in like layman's terms to where I could understand it as someone not in the business or having shopped around for houses too many times. So being able to understand every step of the process and talking with everyone on the team about that was really, really helpful, and it made me feel really confident that I was going the right route. I would definitely recommend Save with Conrad to others. I know that sometimes people look at it and they go, oh, they're based in Alabama, what could they help me with? But I'm out here in California, and they were able to square everything away and get things done really quickly, as opposed to sometimes even people out here don't move as quickly as the Save with Conrad team. So everything was really well done, really efficient, and I would definitely recommend Save with Conrad to others. My name is Rajiv. I'm in Sacramento, California, and I was able to get into my dream home with SaveWithConrad.com.
That's number 212 non-equal housing lender.
SaveWithConrad.com.